I think every round of golf is a gift from God.
Need a new kidney? No, it's a 7-iron.
You guys know that I've confessed I am a goat humper.
Yeah,
We'll get Tom Rosenthal as our guest on the show. He's coming on after the
Replace
break.
me with Rick Shields.
Let's just get Rosenthal in now, then we'll get Shields on later on. Well, hello, you lovely, lovely people. This is Golf is Ruining My Life, the best way to celebrate the devastating impact that golf is having on all of us. My name's Tom Price, and this guy is a wonderful, wonderful golfer who needs to start playing golf again, Tom Green.
Well, it's funny because since we last spoke, I've hit a few golf balls, and this didn't happen because I was trying to hit golf balls, but I thought I'd done something to my wrist at the gym. Because thanks for mentioning, I have lost a stone and a half.
You have
lost.
It
doesn't work if I ask you to say it.
It's weird because you've stopped playing golf and you've lost loads of weight, which makes me think I should stop giving you sausage rolls every time you get a bogey. Because that's clearly what was happening before.
Well, it was so chubby. It's a bad golf and a fat joke there, all in one, isn't it?
You are welcome.
Yeah, I'm in a bit of a bad spot with my wrist and swinging a golf club.
So we are here down at pitch, and in fact, Tom Rosenthal is going to be joining us very shortly. And Tom Green just went and hit a golf club. And tell us what happened when you hit a ball. You just hit a shot.
Yeah, like it's funny. I've got into the gym since the 1st of Jan. Obviously, you're fully across this. I'm now engaged. Me and Em are getting married next year, so I'm trying to lose weight for the wedding.
You've lost a lot of weight as well, Tom.
Thank you. So I've got into the gym, and I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it.
Yes.
Took 2 episodes to get that, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So I'm losing weight, and I started going to the gym and loving it.
Yeah.
And I woke up the other morning, and my wrist just wasn't quite right. And I was like, have I slept on it funny?
Yep.
Has something happened? And over the last few days, I've rested it. I've not gone to the gym and done weights. But that's the first activity that's involved my wrist.
Yeah.
And something's not right. I've done something to my wrist.
It was quite bad. Just to watch, because I could see you were in pain when you did it. And this comes back to a thing we've talked about before on the show. When you've got a golf injury, like that's horrendous because this whole part of your life is just shut out.
Yeah, there's no way that I can play golf right now. It can't happen.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard you say.
Which actually means
you should go now.
Yeah,
we'll get Tom Rosenthal as our guest on the show. He's coming on after the break.
Replace me with Rick Shields.
Let's just get Rosenthal in now, then we'll get Shields on later on.
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to do?
I don't know. I think I'm going to go and see someone. I don't think I can. Can I call 999 for this?
Is
this a golfing emergency?
I think it's a mental health emergency.
Yeah.
Hi there. I need urgent counselling because I can't play golf. I had this last year. My left shoulder just went really weird, and it was just because I was playing golf like 3 times a week.
You just over-golfed.
A bit silly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
basically
ridiculous.
But then I had the thing, didn't I, with the lessons, because I hump the goat. We've talked about it before. You
try to.
You guys know that I've confessed I am a goat humper. I'm not the goat. I'm a goat humper.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Which means when you come through the ball, you sort of do this kind of thing where you go, everything goes up and your pelvis goes forward. You pull out of it. Yeah, yes, which the goat is grateful for, but it's a disaster for your lower back. And so it was quite interesting to get lessons with my brilliant coach who said, this is ideal. You won't get back pain anymore, but you will be crap at golf for a while.
Yeah, it took you a full year to work on that idea and get that into your game, right?
Yeah, that's the problem. That is the problem.
And I think what's really exciting as well is this is why this podcast is back right now, thanks to our friends at Pitch, thanks to our friends at Cobra Puma, who are helping make it happen. I think the most exciting thing right now is we are entering golf period.
Yes.
The Masters is coming.
Yes.
Augusta is ready. It's going to be on TVs really soon.
You can ice your wrist while you watch Rory McIlroy win the Masters.
Exactly.
That's going to be absolutely
He's not going to do. I don't think he's going to do it.
Do you really not think so?
No, I don't. There was as we spoke about last week, there was a few names that I had in my cap ready for this year. Yeah. One of them was Min Lee. The other one was Rory. Yeah. And after how he played at the Players, I'm a little bit worried about it. I don't know whether he's got it in him. He's just so hot and cold.
Yeah.
Whereas boring, but that's not how Scotty Scheffler seems to operate. John Rahm's operated a little bit like that. He fell off the boil for a while.
Yeah.
But Rory's so on and off.
Yeah, okay. Well, Rory was very on last year. I just think he's had a bad couple of weeks. I think Rory is always going to be a threat.
Who's your predictions?
For the Masters?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I think that basically what we're saying is who do I want to win? Right?
No.
Predictions, who do I want to win? Because if it's my prediction, it's going to Scotty. You can't really look much further than Scotty Scheffler at the moment, right?
Okay.
Which is boring.
Let me re-caveat this. Not people who you want to win, people who you think could win. That's quite an exciting outside bet.
Zalatoris.
Yeah, he'd love that. That's what I'm looking for.
I love Zalatoris. And I think he is due a big one. He came very close before. I think you can't look much further than Cam Smith as well. That is going to be potentially huge. If Cam Smith, he of the Live Tour, plays in the Masters and wins it, that's going to be a huge bit of drama. Very good for Full Swing Series 2 next year.
This is the whole exciting thing with the majors, is having everyone back together and having those storylines playing out.
Yeah.
That you know Rory hates them.
Well,
Rory can't stand them. So you get like a Rory together with a Cam Smith, or you get like a Rory and a Phil or something like that.
Yeah.
That's really exciting.
I think Hovland is going to come in as well. I think Hovland's looking good this year. I think he is. We know there's a couple of Europeans who are absolutely a cut above. Rahm, Rory, Hovland's absolutely.
Tyrrell Hatton.
I don't think Hatton's ever going to win a major. I worry about saying that because I love Tyrrell Hatton and I'd like him to come on the show one day.
Yeah.
Does that mean that's it now? He's gone? Because I would do.
If you slag him off, then he's gone.
But maybe
he would punch you.
Because I get the impression Hatton hates himself as well. So we could all be the kind of self-loathing golfers.
Yeah, he does.
And I would love that. I'd love that. It's great content.
I would love him to win. I just think it'd be hilarious if he won a major, because it's so like you wouldn't see that coming.
Yeah.
And he'd be a great winner.
Yeah.
It would be great for English golf. It would be great for us to have a winner that's so cut from a different cloth from other winners.
Who's the big outside bet then for the Masters? Who's the big kind of, might not even make the cut, but you might as well chuck his name in the mix just for the lols? Matsuyama? That's not really outside, is it?
No, that's not outside enough.
Matsuyama's the highly feasible, brilliant player. This is all just planning on putting loads of money on when the Masters comes along, guys. This is what we seem to spend a lot of time doing on the show this year, helping you gamble.
I think there'd be an interesting bet on a top 10 finish for Poulter, or a top 10 finish for Lee Westwood, or something like some guys that have got the ability to do it, I think, but haven't had the ambition to do it and haven't had the need to do it. Yeah. Whereas now they've got a point to prove. It's Live versus PGA Tour. So these guys are going to be pumped up to make something happen.
It's going to be like a Ryder Cup with extra spice.
Yes.
So that's professional golf. Amateur golf then, Tom, you are going to be getting there once you get the wrists up and running, right?
I now have a reason that it's not happening, is the wrist thing.
Yeah, that's good.
Whereas for so long I just wasn't playing because I had other things going on. Whereas now I've got a full-on injury, so I won't be able to play. I think is our guest about to turn up any second?
Oh, is Tom here already?
Our guest is here now, which is exciting.
That is exciting. Tom Rosenthal is on the way on the show in just a moment. After the ads, of course, the all-important ads.
Of course. And I wanted to talk about something that I've done a lot of Googling around recently, and I don't have a name for this yet. Is it an Ask the Internet sort of thing? But there's loads of big questions that people want answers to that I feel like me and you can help with. Yeah. And there's a question that I get bombarded with at the moment, because a lot of my friends, we're now like late 20s, early 30s, are getting into golf. Yeah. And I get asked the same question so much, which is, what should I buy?
Right.
What clubs am I getting? What do I do? Do I just go to an American Golf and buy a brand new set? Do I go and get a second-hand set? What would your advice be to the new golfer who's like, okay, I need a new set of clubs. What's my first set?
So the thing to do is to go to your nearest decent golf club pro shop. American Golf, no offense to them, they're great. They sell great stuff and they do get good deals there. Yeah. But if you go to your nearest golf pro shop, they're really friendly. They will give you proper one-on-one advice. They are not doing it because they're trying to push a certain club at the moment. And often they will have loads of good second-hand stock as well. Mm-hmm. So you can get some really good second-hand clubs which are really, really cheap, and that is 100% the best way to do it. Yeah. And also they need the money as well, because those pro shops have like tiny margins. So I would definitely go there.
I think a really important thing to do as well is that I've seen quite a few people do is go and pay for a fitting. So go and spend your 50 quid or whatever it is.
How much does a fitting cost?
Yeah, like 50 quid, 50, 60 quid. The thing with paying for a fitting is that you then won't feel obliged to take whatever clubs they put you into. Because if you go for a fitting, I've done this, you go for a fitting at American Golf, they will fit you for free. But there is a lot of pressure then to buy whatever they fitted you into, which will be the latest gear. So you go to your local pro and say, what's a fitting? 30 quid, 50 quid. Yeah. They will find your lie angles, your loft angles. They will give a feel for what you should go and buy.
And all this stuff matters, right? Even if you're off 20, all that stuff matters. Because I was always a bit in denial about fittings. I was always a bit like, it was just a golf club, learn how to hit it properly. But actually, fittings at any level you need to do.
I think so. I think the advice...
And it's fun as well.
It's so much fun. The advice I give to my mates who are taking it up at the moment are, you see them go onto eBay or go, oh, my brother's uncle has some clubs.
Yeah.
I'm just going to use them. And they come back with awful things from 30 years ago that are blades. And go, why can't I hit it?
Yeah,
why am I not enjoying it?
No, you're rubbish at golf from 1978. That's
Yeah.
what you're rubbish at.
And that's the thing is you could buy irons that are 10 years old that are in the spec that you need, but for a tiny percentage of the price they were new on your golf bidders, on your eBays, at your pro shops. Who will have that sort of stuff.
And then you get hooked, right? Then that's the good bit. So you go into it and you get those cheap clubs for like, under 300 quid. You can get a decent, really good set of stuff together.
Or get a half set.
And then you get really hooked. And then in the years to come, just waste thousands.
Oh yeah, you'll get addicted.
Then you get addicted, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Then you're going to be spending, the deposit you're saving up for the house, that gets spent on golf. The money you had to pay for petrol, that gets spent on golf. Your kids are hungry because you're spending your money on golf.
No private school for the kids.
Thank you.
Need a new kidney? No. It's a 7-iron. And I realised that for the people that are listening to the podcast and not the people who are watching on YouTube, a lot of people are big golf fans, so this will feel like teaching your grandma to suck eggs. But for the people on YouTube, I think go and get yourself a driver, a 3-wood, a hybrid, a half set of irons, a pitcher wedge, a sand wedge, and a putter. That's all you need.
Can I request you don't get a pencil bag? I hate people with pencil bags.
Oh, really?
Got a real thing against people with pencil bags.
A no stand thing. You want a stand. Yeah.
You've got to have a stand. But there's wet pencil bags that go on the floor. Where's the pleasure in that, guys? Ugh.
But there's nothing nicer than... I've got a pencil bag that I only bring out for the months in summer. There is nothing nicer, I don't think, than a late summer's round of golf.
Oh, talk to me. Go on. We need this time of year. Yeah, go on. Go. So what time am I teeing off?
Let's everyone close our eyes.
Yeah, go on.
Just
Take me there.
this. So this is it's a 6:30, 7 p.m. round of summer golf.
High summer, you could almost do a quick 18 then.
Yeah. And you go, okay, I'm just going to take a pencil bag out. You stick all your clubs in there. I'm not doing a half set. I still take everything.
Fine, so they're all in the bag.
Yeah, but
fine.
You also, this is why I think this is what the also beauty is. No waterproofs, no umbrella. Take out all the clutter. Give yourself 5 balls. 6, 7 balls, a few tees, and just go and knock it around. Don't keep score. No. Just enjoy the weather and the walk and the chat. And that's golf at its best.
Controversial. And again, we've talked about this before on the first 2 seasons of Golf is Ruining My Life. Don't take your phone with you.
Yeah, don't take your phone.
Leave your phone behind, guys.
Step away from it.
Balls, sticks, fields. That's all we need.
And this is the thing. If you are thinking about taking up golf and you don't know what to get, you don't need to spend a fortune.
Can I say, if you're thinking of taking up golf and you're watching something called Golf is Ruining My Life, it's not really. You've not thought that through, guys.
It's a life ruin I asked for.
Yeah, exactly. This is a choice.
It ruined my life, but I was happy for it.
Yes, indeed.
Go and get yourself a cheap set. Go and get yourself a few balls, get some late balls, and just go and enjoy it for what it is, and you will get better and enjoy the walk and enjoy hanging out with people in an environment that isn't going to the pub or something like that.
You go to the pub afterwards. My kids call it the pub house.
Nice.
It's a clubhouse. It's not a pub house.
I see what they've done, though.
I'm just going to nip to the clubhouse facilities. We're getting towards half time now.
Oh, we got a guest.
We're going to get some ads, and we're going to get a guest on. Tom Rosenthal's going to be joining us next.
Stay right there.
Okay, it is part 2 of Golf is Ruining My Life, and we've got our first guest of the season on the show.
It's only second guest of the whole podcast.
But the third
You're making it sound like guests, oh my God, it's another guest. It's only the second guest.
Here we go again. It's another guest.
Yeah, not so much.
Please welcome Tom Rosenthal. Hello, Tom Rosenthal, golfer and also comedian and actor, but mainly golfer, right?
In my mind, yes. It is a slow and laborious and never-to-end process to become a PGA professional.
There you go.
How's that going for you?
Well, the PGA aren't returning my calls just yet. But I'm making slow progress. Yeah.
What sort of progress you made?
I broke 100.
It's how all the best start, to be fair to them.
Yeah. Nearly broke 90, 91.
Have you broken 90 yet? Because every time I play with you, that's the main aim.
No. But I've always got the next round, of course.
You hit the ball better than anyone I've played with, but sometimes it just doesn't go straight.
Almost all the time it doesn't go straight, which is deeply frustrating. I think I can make a claim to make a nicer sound with a golf club and a golf ball than a lot of people.
Yeah.
But my scores are wretched.
If
They're
the
ugly.
requirement for getting onto the PGA was making a good sound with the ball,
Which, yeah.
Is
That's
it?
what- That's
It's
what
not
the fans
that,
come
though,
to
is
see.
it?
Whenever they watch live golf, they're like, oh, the sound they make.
Yeah.
I can make that sound. I just can't get it in the hole.
it's just with professional golfers, it's usually followed by shot. But with you, it's followed by fat, and then just terrible words.
It's on the other fairway.
Terrible
It's a
words.
disaster.
But you haven't been playing that long. When did you start?
I
please?
started about 3.5 years ago. I mean, it basically the start of the pandemic, whenever that was.
Yeah.
I got a knee injury playing a real sport and decided to take up one which would be easier on the body. The easiest on the body of all the sports, you know?
Is that true? Aren't the joints in golf put under quite a lot of pressure?
See my wrist?
Exactly.
I
His
got, a
wrist,
wrist. I got a wrist injury.
Okay, how did you do that?
Exactly. Golf.
not playing golf. Was it golf?
That's like the fifth person. That's the best of those jokes I've had. That's like you're
Subtle.
you're in the ballpark that everyone's in, but
Yeah.
that's the delivery I've not had yet.
He's found the VIP section.
It's a wanking joke.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
subtle.
Yeah,
There's a
look
good
for
way of doing a wanking joke, and I can't find it.
Yeah, no, it was golf. It was gym, and then golf made it worse. So that's the risk situation.
No, you definitely can hurt yourself.
Well, you couldn't play
Playing
for a while
golf,
because of your
right?
knee, but your
Yeah,
knee
but
was.
that's... But what I'm saying is you hurt yourself in cooler ways playing all the other sports.
Yeah.
You know? Like, you don't just get like a kind of RSI, like, my back's twinging a little bit, and then after 6 months you've got sciatica. I mean, you can snap stuff, right? And break stuff.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what I did playing football. My knee snapped a few times. And so I realised I needed a sport that I can play until I die. And
Right.
golf, it really does fulfill that criteria that I have for extreme competitiveness. The best thing about golf is you can just do it by yourself. You don't even need anyone else.
And you could do it while drinking.
You can do it while drinking. Sometimes it helps. Sometimes it hinders.
James Robertson, our last guest, didn't
helps.
drink.
It helps. Our only other guest.
Yeah, but he was a good one.
Hang on, he did drink or he didn't drink?
He didn't drink during the show.
No, but he drinks on the course.
I don't know. But I mean, the guy played in the Open. This is a different approach Tom's
You
taking.
must have seen this full swing. Are we allowed to talk about full swing?
Yeah.
That guy, Joel Dahm.
Oh, Joel
I
Dahmer.
love
Yeah.
Joel
He
legend.
drinks, famously.
He
Get
enjoys
himself
his
into-
life, that guy. He enjoys his life.
Yeah, and he's the world number 70.
He's the
I think I take my golf a lot more seriously than the world number 70 is what I would say.
I liked his approach that he was like, someone has to be 70.
Yeah.
Someone has to be this bad, but still on the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
And he was happy to have that role, and I respect that.
It's true. I definitely take my golf more seriously. He does.
100%.
He seems to treat it. Maybe that's what I need to do with golf: is treat it a little bit with a bit more disgust, and then be really good at it, like he is, rather than. I'm so beta with my golf. I'm so desperate for
With
golf.
your golf.
Just with my golf. I'm so desperate for golf to love me, but it's never going to love me.
This time. With this podcast, maybe you'll become...
Maybe this will be the thing that does it.
What else do we talk about?
We talk about
what
That's
else?
our job to keep asking you the questions.
Don't try and run this.
Yeah, it's
this is
fine.
us.
No,
You sit and enjoy.
I'm going to sit and try and do another wank show.
Yeah. But this is the thing, we're at your home of golf right here because,
Yeah,
like,
we are.
unlike a lot of golfers who sort of go out and play on the course, you prefer to play indoors.
This is my issue. This is 100% my issue. Like, off the tee, and whenever the ground is flat, I actually am legitimately quite good at golf, I would say. But learning golf completely in a simulator, as I have, means that chipping and putting ostensibly is impossible.
Yeah, sure.
Because any sort of undulation in the ground, i.e. not hitting off a flat mat, and I look like I've never played golf before. And it's extremely frustrating when you play an imaginary version of golf and
you're
are
so
actually
good
quite
at it.
capable,
Yeah.
and then you go to play the actual real sport and are just very, 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 very bad.
Now, I don't want you to take this in a bad way.
No,
okay?
Oh, it's a bad one.
I'm
I don't-
already going to. But
I
go
don't
on.
want you to take this in a bad way. When we played golf, probably like a year and a half ago, I'd say 2 years ago, once at Muswell Hill, I've never seen someone play quite so badly and then also quite so well within.
There's a
few
Jekyll
holes.
and Hyde thing going on.
Yeah,
And Jekyll's like number 70 in the world, and Hyde is just has never played before.
But I don't really know what to do about that because I see like old men scoring far better than I am.
Yes, but they're plodders. Never be a plodder, Tom.
You can't. The goal can never be to be a plodder, right?
Yeah.
But the goal is surely to break 90 at some point. And I think maybe I just need a fraction more plod, just a hint of plod. I do think if I went round and I played with an 8-iron the entire time, my scores would be better. because currently I'm driving some balls out of play.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Just like a little chip would be better, but
You hit an 8-iron. What's your range for an 8-iron? How far?
well, it's like 170, I think.
It's just stupid. That's stupid.
Do you know what I mean? He's been in 3.5 years, and he's hitting an
it's
8-iron 170 yards.
Yeah.
But the thing is, as we discussed,
He looks so broken. I love it. He looks
It's
so
really
broken.
sad, isn't it?
as we've said on
The
this show
sound.
so
You should
many
listen to the
times,
sound, guys.
That sounds
oh,
so
it
good.
sounds so great. Don't look where it goes. Just listen to the sound.
you would much better. You're much better to plod than hit balls OB. And it's so boring and it's so unsexy, but it is so true.
Yeah, but I guess what you want is, in my head, the ceiling is still high. In my head, the ceiling is still like, sub 10 handicap or whatever, because I can hit it like far, but I just will never seem to be able to hit it straight. And I don't know what to do next with my game.
But I feel like
Are there golf coaches who are like the golf coaches who are specifically plod based? Like, is there a plod?
Yeah, that would be good. Just a plod
I need
lessons.
someone to
plod
just
guy.
turn me down a bit, I think.
Yeah, just hit everything. If you hit everything 100 yards, you'd score.
Just use the putter? Is that
yeah,
an
maybe
option?
that's what you should be doing.
He's a putter guy.
But you do. I think there's definitely you should get plod teachers, but also you should get teachers who you can learn how to hit a ball off different angles, right? If you've got the ball above you, or if it's doing that or whatever, you just need to learn how to do that.
I mean, basically what needs to happen in my golf game is I need to move to the country and just go and play on a golf course quite a lot.
You need to play proper golf,
But
basically.
I'm a capitalist sim guy right now. I'm trapped into the matrix. I love pitch. Pitch is the place to be. It's a nice environment. It's got its own DJ. You can have beers whenever you like. But unfortunately, I think for my golf game to go up that level, I do need to play on grass.
And hear the noise of birds and have wind. And
Taylor's
rain.
oldest time, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
How
you've
many
got to
times have we
different-
heard that on this show?
But the arc is definitely improvement, right? Your coach here at Chris at Pitch, he said to me, because I said something pretty unpleasant about you when I was talking about your golf, and he was like, "No, he's got better," and he's right. You have got.
Yeah, but the thing is
better.
he's looking at my swing on a video analysis. Where he goes, he says like my backlift or whatever. You get what you call it in this sport?
Yeah.
Is it backlift?
Yeah, sure, why not?
He's like, you're starting to look loads like a pro the way, not on the way down, but on the way up.
Yeah,
And that was the
thing.
thing.
He
Loads
doesn't-
like a pro is
He
what they
doesn't-
say, isn't
He
it?
doesn't look but he doesn't see me on the course. He doesn't see me doing 4 chips and doing 4 putts.
I actually think you've got a very typical golf game of
Yeah.
someone who's quite athletic that starts out.
Yes.
You look like, oh my God, this guy really knows what he's doing. And then you see a shot and you're like, wow, yeah, he really does. But then you watch 90 of those shots and there are ones that will give you double, triple, quad bogeys.
I have had over a handful of people say, when I first saw you, I thought you were going to be amazing.
I used to have that with stand-up.
Is this the thing you're bitter about
It's
from
brutal.
earlier?
It's
It's your
absolutely
agent
brutal.
annoying me. Yes.
yeah, that's really depressing situation. Also, what's interesting about your golf thing as well is that did you ever anticipate you'd become a golfer? And certainly one as fanatical as this. Look at you, golf club
The
on,
thing is,
beer
is
in your
like,
hand, broken.
There is a history in my life of becoming absolutely obsessed with things.
Yes.
FIFA, chess. Like the unhealthy obsession that you see in the top golfers in the world.
Oh my God.
I have had for other more sort of worthless things essentially. And I do think if my parents had pushed me at the age of 2 to be a golfer, I do have that steely determination and sort of psychopathic competitiveness in order to achieve.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I've come to it when I'm 33. So there's no time for me to really become a world champion, and all that's left is this sort of seething anger at failing to be world class.
So you're such a young vampire when it comes to golf, and yet so jaded, and I love that. That's why I love playing with you. Because also you are going to get really, really good. You're only 3 years in. You're going to get insanely good.
But
like
don't
single
you think
figures.
the body will give up before I can actually get
No,
good?
you got years before that happens.
When does it give up? Like in terms of being a premier athlete.
I think you can keep improving in golf till your early 50s. Surely.
I love that.
Because
and beyond.
if
It
you
depends
thi-
what you do with your swing.
If you think about the things that you need to improve on, none of those things are going to be affected by age. So you're putting and you're chipping. That doesn't matter whether you can't hit it any harder. That doesn't matter, right? And the bits that go wrong for you driving, you losing a bit of speed will probably help that.
Do you remember when we played together for the first time at a comedian's golf day, and I gave you a few little tips?
I hate that guy.
And
I hate
It
that
actually
guy.
worked.
And it worked, and you
That's
called.
but that's worse,
He
no?
called me coach. I
Yeah,
honestly
they
felt
did
like.
work. Yeah, that was before I had a real coach.
But okay.
And for that day, you're a fountain of golf knowledge, and you still are. I
It's
do
just the
actually
wrong- it's just
really
the wrong
like
knowledge.
that. No, I like playing golf with people because the thing that I obviously just don't have is stuff like course experience. It's literally just time playing the game. And obviously golf, probably more than any other sport in the world, is an accrual of all of that experience. So when you see like some experienced campaigners like play a kind of chip shot that you didn't even envision with like a different club, that's the kind of wisdom that I just do need to get of other people.
It's the 10,000 hours thing, right? You've got to get to 10,000 hours. And in golf, that takes like 2 weeks.
And annoyingly, I think I was better at chipping when I first picked up a golf club than I am now. Because it's like a natural athletic thing. And I think sometimes when someone tells me to play a shot the first time, I'll just do it. And then as soon as I have to go back to imagine like what the shot is I should play, I get it wrong because I'm trying to...
You're getting in the way of yourself with golf.
Sometimes.
That's what's happening here.
But I've managed to get rid of the thing where I spend ages over the ball. Now I do walk up to the ball, and I've got this new, very exciting thing, which I'm happy to share with you.
I love it when someone has a thing.
There's
and
a
they're
new
like,
thing.
this is my thing.
No,
But everyone's always got new. That's the joy of golf. It's forever reinventing itself. Every time you play, you've got a new thing.
I've cracked golf, and this
yeah.
is the thing.
Yeah.
I watched this YouTube video recently.
It always starts with that.
Yeah,
Don't
great
know who
start.
the guys are, but
Don't watch golf stuff on YouTube, guys.
And talks about, obviously everyone's always talking about getting your weight over the ball, right, when you're making point of contact, yeah? But it's actually unnatural, the weight shift, if you haven't initially shifted weight to that front foot. So you notice a lot of pros have a kind of like trigger movement almost, where you see them what you see is them shift the club forward a little bit. Yeah. But actually what they're doing is putting a little bit more weight in the front foot. So then when they put weight in the back foot, it's easier for them because their natural athleticism to come back onto the front foot.
So they've got somewhere to go.
So instead of being stationary, when you're starting your swing, it's a bit like in cricket. You'll see like batsmen, they're kind of like shuffling before the ball is delivered, and that essentially gets your body in a more like mobile, athletic state in order to get back, so you can actually compress the ball a little bit better at impact. Yes. And I've been trying this, and it's added another like 5 yards to my
what you needed, more length.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, this is it.
A great pro down in Basingstoke called Gareth Johnston who preached the same thing to me. I went to have a fitting for a club last year, and he was like, bounce on your legs a bit, get your heels moving, and also put your golf shoes on.
Yes.
Brilliant. The new Puma golf shoes are amazing as well. Loads of bounce in the heels.
Keep the sponsors happy.
You're welcome. But they are. They're really like proper trainers. We used to play golf. I used to play with like flat, very unathletic golf shoes when I was a kid, and they were like spikes. And and you'd sit there. But now there's a bit of bounce to them.
But a lot of this idea comes from long drive.
Yes.
Like this moving of weight. Because the idea of putting your weight forward was so often frowned upon. But you're right. You've got to trigger it to go forward and then backwards and then go forward again.
But it's not driving. This is for everything, right?
You can, it's an idea.
But like, I first saw that guy with the long hair. It's like the world long hair.
Oh, yeah, he's
champion.
amazing.
It was him talking about it. Obviously, they do it like crazy exaggerated. But just a little bit of that before you hit it. And I don't know, I found it just basically makes you think a bit less about what's going on.
Yeah.
It means you clear your body a bit better just because, as I say, your like natural athleticism just takes over.
The problem is, as soon as someone points out your trigger, you can't not see it. So I went for a lesson and I got my trigger pointed out. And since then, it's really, I can't get it out my head.
Okay, we need to do this. We need to do like a weird triggers thing, right?
Yeah,
what's your thing? The Toms at golfersruiningmylife.co.uk.
Correct.
Tom,
well done.
What is your weird trigger, please?
My weird trigger in golf is I close the club face down just before pulling it back. So I sort of de-loft the club a little bit. And that sort of starts everything going. So just before, bring the hands a little bit forward, and it's great. It works because it really helps with distance because you're taking a bit of loft off, so things can go further. Yeah, but you can then end up with closing the club face and getting big hooks.
I tell you what my trigger is, right? So that's quite nice because you're getting control. My trigger, weirdly, I hadn't spotted this until my mate Jimmy, pointed out the other day, is I always, just before I start, I'd lift my chin up. Before I go. Never noticed I did it. I'll do that. Tom Rosenthal's trigger, 10 minutes of complete stillness. That's your trigger.
Oh, it's a good one.
It's just complete.
Yeah.
Keeps things moving.
Going through my entire library of YouTube clips that I've seen. Just hoping this is going to be the one that gets through the hole in one.
There's thumbnails in his head before he hits the ball. So you're saying that you've got rid of that frozen thing?
Yeah.
That's good.
It's much more just like bouncing around like the long driver, basically.
That's nice. You sort of develop the yips within the first 3 years, which is quite uncommon to be able to not quite get it going.
Yeah, but the thing is, it is very unnatural movement, isn't it? And I think people would always have a go at you for trying to like think too much before you hit a shot, but otherwise it's just chaos. And I really thought that, all the technical stuff that you've learned, you had to implement on the course. But actually, when you're on the course, the best thing you can do is just like accept how bad it's going to be and just try and try and swing and hit the ball, I guess.
But you have to accept that your body is going to do roughly the same things every time, right? That's the problem with the thoughts, because the thoughts are trying to control every little part of your swing, and there has to be a point where you just go, well, maybe the kids are going to look after themselves, and off you go.
I think again, that's easy for you to say because you learnt the game when you were 7 or 8, so the swing is literally ingrained into you. Whereas, like, if you are learning the game later, it just isn't. Like, you could. I threw my club recently.
Ah, yes.
You know, it's like not like anger, like when I was swinging the thing, because my body's like, what are you trying to do? What is this? Like,
forgot to hold.
Were you by yourself?
It was a bit wet. No, I went to John Robbins.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was a bit wet.
What did John Robbins do when?
He wasn't very happy.
Yeah,
he was mainly thinking about his own score as per.
Handicap Secretary Robbins is not going to enjoy that.
He'd be sad at that, I think.
Absolutely furious. Listen, Tom Rosenthal, you've got a beautiful natural swing, okay, and we're going to see it, and that's going to be available to watch. You are going to do our 5-ball challenge in just a moment.
Make sure you look at the little weight shift beforehand, guys.
And
I'm excited to see that.
Very proud of it.
Look for the trigger and the weight shift.
How's your anger, Tom?
My anger?
You heard.
At the London Tube system, it's pretty hard. But no, at golf, I never get angry, to be honest, because I've accepted that I'm bad.
Okay.
And it's a real blessing. And I think every round of golf is a gift from God. I think it is a beautiful thing to do. And I think even when I'm terrible, I love it so much because I have no preconceptions of anything else happening.
Are you listening to this, Tom?
It's just fantastic.
That's really good if you listen to that. Listen to what old Tom said there.
If you want to become like a golf priest, I will follow you. Because word for word, I was like, I see the light, man. And not just the jumper, I see the light. Because that is good stuff. It is a gift from God. A God I don't even believe in, and it is a gift from God. It's amazing. What a way to end.
Yeah, that was lovely. Only our second guest, and we got some philosophy out of you. What a joy. We are now going to do the 5-ball challenge. This is not going to be, it's quite... It's heavy on the visuals. It's not audio based. So this is going to be a YouTube only. So head over to the old YouTube channel.
Yes.
Golf is really my life to watch this. And thank you so much for joining us on the podcast, Tom.
Thank you for having me. Good luck with it. Golf be with you.
Thank you, Reverend Tom.
Golf, we are going to steal that. I would like to end with golf be with you going forward. And ladies and gentlemen, always remember, golf be with you.